What's happening, y'all? My name is Kyren Monteiro, award-winning master engineer, and I'm going to give y'all a rough run through of what my world looks like, man, on a day-to-day basis. So first off, I'm not going to go to a new song. I'm gonna pull in something older, because I don't really want I don't really want to play any unreleased music from artists. So I'm gonna go to something. I'm gonna go to something older. And this is a song called Party by a group named True Elite. I mastered this song years ago. So yeah, I'm gonna just do that. And here, got a few songs from there. Here we go. I don't even know if they're still around or not. I hope they're still making records because they're really talented. So first thing I want to do, I'm making sure I got my right speaker inputs on. First thing I want to do is I want to listen to this. I'm going to my settings. I'm making sure that my outputs and stuff is right. So yeah, the first thing I want to do is I want to listen through and let's see what we get.
It's a party. No, we not waiting, get it started. It's a party. On team, let's get it started. Cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless, just being honest. No, we not waiting, get it started. Started. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. It's a party. Started. Yeah, he made a perfect switch.
Before I get started, give me some water. I drink out the faucet. It's a party. My cup only sparkle, no need for Bacardi. 609, yeah, they with me from city to city. I know they exhausted. I'm always aware. You say that you can, and I don't recall it. See, I get the call and it's go time. We at the party in no time, but I gotta switch it and bring something different, so I get to doing the side side. Yo, he lived a life that was purposeful. Know the difference between him and you. He said some.
All right, so this sounds good. Shout out to my guy Eddie Magic. He mixed this back in the day when he was working for a company named Jai Rock and Production. So first thing is, in audio, there's something called gain staging, right? So gain staging in the analog world, the signal is negative 18 dBF, meaning so analog equipment makes noise. So back in the day when they were recording on tape and recording into a lot of just big gear and a lot of big consoles and gear and stuff, it made noise. So they wanted to raise above that to be able to hit a sweet spot. So in the digital world, you want to make sure that you're doing that to be able to give yourself enough headroom. Because a lot of analog emulated plugins, the scale is negative 18. Gain staging is way deeper than that, but that's kind of just a quick way for me to explain that to y'all without boring y'all to death. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on this song. I'm going to set this meter to a negative 18 dBFS scale, and let's see what it reads.
It's a party. Cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless, just being.
So this is actually good. So I gain stage it down. So now what I want to do is I want to actually bring it through some analog gear and actually record it back in. So in order for me to do that, I'm going to set up what we call a hardware insert here in Studio One Professional. And I'm going to go to my IO. My IO chart is my ins and outs. So this is literally what is controlling all of my ins and outputs. And I'm going to create 2 inputs and 2 outputs. For my inputs, I'm going to send out to the console. So I'm going to come back in 5 and 6, and then I'm going to come back in 27 and 28 on that input because I know what it is. And then as far as these outputs, I'm going to send out to the console, output 3 and 4. And I'm going to send output 27 and 28 to a compressor. So the first thing, so we got that set up. But before even doing that, I want to use something called freak tubes, which is analog tubes that are controlled 100% digitally with a plug-in. So I want to load that up because I want to get the warmth of what this is doing. So that just came in. And so now I have these plugins loaded up, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set, it has a mix knob on it. So I'm going to set the inputs now. Because the thing with tubes, the harder you drive tubes, the more saturated you're going to get, right? So first off, let's turn that off.
Cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Yeah.
That's without it?
I'm living perfectless, just being honest. No, we not waiting, get it started. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. It's a party.
What it's doing to those low ends is crazy. So that first set of tube is bringing just a lot more character and warmth. The second tube is actually going to affect the top end more.
Cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless, just being honest. No, we not waiting, get it started.
Without either one of them?
Yeah, he made a perfect switch.
So yeah, so that's crazy. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this song out to the console and an EQ and come back in, and we're going to mess with that now.
Cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless, just being honest. No, we not waiting, get it started. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. It's a party.
Yo, the way that brings that to life is crazy, man. So then I'm going to take it for our final analog, and I'm going to bring it through a hardware, a VCA compressor. I have the sidechain filter set to 125, 130, something like that. Because with a compressor, you have dynamic range of audio, loudest point, lowest point, right? So what a compressor is going to do is going to grab the signal, bring that in, and even those peaks out. Bass is going to be the first thing that is going to grab in the frequency spectrum. So,
cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless, just being honest. No, we not waiting, get it started.
all right, so I have it sent through all the analog stuff. Now, the unfortunate thing about analog is if you send it out, it has to come back in. So I have to sit here and I got to record the whole song. So y'all got to sit here and y'all got to wait with me. But this is a part of high-end mastering, though. You got to do it.
It's a party. No, we not.
So yeah, man, so I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to let the whole song print back in. And then we're going to keep moving.
Cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless, just being honest. No, we not waiting, get it started. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. It's a party. Yeah, he made a
what's funny about this is
609, yeah, they with me from city to city. I know they exhausted. Hey.
it's always a debate in the audio world, rather analog or rather digital sounds better. I like to use them both, man. I don't like to get into the debate of what's better. We've invested thousands of dollars in analog gear. We've invested thousands of dollars into digital. We use them together. I don't like getting into that debate. Use what you have and make sure that you can be the greatest at it. But I do think that this right here is gonna be amazing.
Party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless, just being honest. No, we not waiting. Get it started. Get it started. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. It's a party. We in the building. Yeah, he made a perfect switch.
Got about 2 minutes left on this print.
We in the building, the party is lit, you feeling the energy, yeah. We leading the party, my brother beside me, and we got the symmetry, yeah. The city behind us with so many legs, it look like a centipede, yeah. Wait, I just had a memory, let me flashback, like weight off an injury. Look at what I see me in the garden like Spike Lee. Walking and talking with Mike King, it's like owning a shirt, he is my team. I started hitting the south side, I started doing the cha-cha. Smooth, moving like aqua, why do I sound like no habla? Okay, now back to the English, like spinning the ball. Let's get back to the business, get rid of them all. Honestly, I don't care what you've done. If you bang like your hair on the front, it's still Christ on the cross. Pack up the liquor, deliver it, ball. We partying now cause we know who we are.
It's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch.
We almost done. Almost done, man. Almost done with this print anyways, and I'm gonna finish up digital.
And get it started. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. It's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. It's a party. Started.
All right, round of applause for True Elite, man. All right, cool. So I got my print, recorded it all the way back in. I'm gonna hit save. So got my print, and now you guys can't see, but over here on the desk I got a clarity meter. So once again, I'm about to gain stage this print back down.
Let's get it started. Cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless, just being.
So now that I did that, I'm gonna raise my buffer size back up so I can hit, the max power CPU, and I'm gonna load in my go-to digital chain. Now, this is not preset. This is just all of my tools loaded up. First thing that I'm gonna do is use the Fab Filter Pro EQ to see if there's anything annoying me. But honestly, what the analog equipment did, it kind of took away them annoying frequencies, the tubes, the transformers, and the EQ and stuff. So it just made it 3D, just added so much. In audio, you got front to back, you got side to side, you got up and down. So that perceived loudness of what it did to this record did that. So matter of fact, I lied. That's actually not the first thing. So we got this, I have this Black Box mid-side processing from Plugin Alliance, amazing plugin. So I have the alternate tubes enabled, but this thing is a lot of color. So I'm going to put it on 50% and it makes the signal louder. So I'm gonna turn it down by 2 dB just off rip. And I'm gonna see before and after what that's gonna do for me.
Cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it.
A little strong, I'm gonna bring it down to 40%, affecting the signal.
Cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it.
Perfect, man. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Next, I'm going to send it into one of my favorite mastering compressors, which is the Iron. It's a Brainworks emulation. This is set at a negative 18 dBFS scale. So I have the high pass sidechain filter at 100 hertz to leave some of the bass alone.
Cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless, just being honest.
That's without it?
No, we not waiting, get it started.
So it just has a juiciness to it, and it's not even compressing a dB. Next, let's bring out some of the kick.
Cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch.
Oh yeah.
No, we not waiting, get it started.
These are just dB moves, 1 dB. I'm not going crazy.
Cause of his perfectness, switch.
Cool. All right.
Cause of his perfectness. It's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started.
SBL PQ, man, this is amazing EQ. So I'm gonna just start moving some of the curves and you know, doing what we do.
Cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless, just being honest. No, we not waiting, get it started. Started. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. It's a party. Started. Yeah, he made a perfect switch.
Before I get started, give me some water. I drink out the faucet. It's a party, my cup only sparkle, no need for Bacardi. 609, yeah, they with me from city to city. I know they exhausted. Hey, I'm always away. You say that you can, and I don't recall it. See, I get the call and it's no time. We got the party in no time, but I gotta switch it and bring something different, so I get to doing the side.
Without it,
The life that was purposeful. Know the difference between him and you. He said some things that you wouldn't say. Did some things that you couldn't do. Yo, I think I know what they mean. This is that ultra like me. This feel like 80 degrees. I wear my chain like a T. Praise to the king of all kings. I know that he's blessing me. You can see it in the recipe. I look for bait like a Chesapeake. Shout out to Bobby. All my strangers right beside me.
now I'm putting it in mid-side mode after I made the moves, and I'm backing off the bass on the side because we don't need that. And then we have, on this EQ, we have something called A mode, which is analog mode, and I'm just going to choose a random channel, which kind of just does some analog-ish crosstalk type stuff.
Cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch.
Cool, now I got the Mazalic EQ emulation, and what I'm gonna do is affect the low end. So there's a trick that I like to do. I like to set, on the low end, I like to set one frequency bell at 51 hertz and another one at 67, and we just gonna do half dB steps.
Cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch.
We're gonna boost some of the mids.
Cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started.
And then this high band goes all the way to 27K. One on DB.
Cause of his preference, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch.
That's without it.
I'm living perfectless, just being up.
Yeah, so what that's doing is crazy. Lean phase EQ, I'm gonna go in mid-side and really rebalance this mix. It needs it.
Cause of his preference, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless, just being honest. No, we not waiting. Get it started. Started. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. It's a party. Started.
Now I'm gonna scarp the sides.
Cause of his preference, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless, just being honest. No, we not waiting. Get it started. Started. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Cause of his preference, it's a party. Yeah, he made.
Now I got this Cobalt EQ. Bring out the mid some.
Cause of his preference, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless, just being honest. No, we not waiting. Get it started. Started. Yeah, he made a perfect.
Ozone Insider. OG model. This is the Ozone 7.
Cause of his preference, it's a.
Using in retro mode. Be careful though, because if you can destroy something quick with these. So I like to, put it on about 60%.
Cause of his preference, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it.
Matter of fact, let's bring it down to 50. Let's do 50% in the middle.
Cause of his preference, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless, just being honest. No, we not waiting. Get it started. Started. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. It's a party. Started.
So I did some stuff, just kind of bring some separation to the middle. We don't need this. Signtech 432 emulation from T-Rax.
Cause of his preference, it's a party. Yeah,
Bringing out that middle, that's what we need that for.
Cause of his preference, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started.
It adds to it. One of my final steps, stereo imager. Now, an old trick, an old vinyl trick would be to mono all of your bass. I like to do that still, even in 2024.
Cause of his preference, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless, just being honest. No, we not waiting. Get it started. Started. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. It's a party. Started. Yeah, he made a perfect switch.
This noise reduction, just to catch any unwanted noises.
Cause of his preference, it's a party.
Post EQ, just to bring some stuff back it took away.
Cause of his preference, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless.
Now, I have my ozone limiter, the IRC transparent mode, true peak limiting with my dithering on because we got to dither down. But I have it at 2 dB. I only want to press at a dB. So let me see how many lufs that's gonna put me at.
Cause of his preference, it's a party. Yeah, he made a perfect switch. Get it started. I'm living perfectless, just being honest. No, we not waiting. Get it started. Started.
So that's good. That's about 7, 8 LUFs right there. That is fluctuating between them. But I like to take the newfangled audio, saturate clipper right before we get into the plugin. And I like to put it as a hard clipper and take the drive down to 2. And I like to take a clipper into the limiter. Now, a limiter, if you imagine a wave shape, imagine me drawing this on the screen. So a wave shape is going to be, let's say we got a wave shape. You got lines, that's the wave. A limiter is going to, minimize that wave shape and expand it, keeping as much of it there as can. Versus what a clipper is going to do is a clipper is going to cut off some of the top, it's going to cut off some of the bottom. And when it brings it up, it's going to introduce some odd and even harmonics, some saturation to the signal, right? And so with that happening, we want to make sure we don't overdo it, right? So let me just put the drive on a dB at first. And let's go from there.
Cause of his perfectness, it's a party. Amen. Perfect speech, yeah, it's started. Living perfectless, just being honest. No, we not waiting, get started. It's a party.
Started, give me some water, I drink out the faucet. It's a party in your body, my coffee's sparking on me.
It's eating into that CPU, man. So it's a lot of processing going on. And so then I would look at the end of the song, do any fade outs. So put a little fade out at the end. Cool. Don't need to trim no time, just fade out a few seconds at the end. Now I can hit save. All of my metadata is already entered into the track. I can do it at a track level as well. So I'm just gonna really just put their artist name and all of these. Like I said, the name is True Elite. Hopefully these guys are still making music, man. These guys are great. Genre is hip hop / rap. Let's spell that correctly. Pop / rap. The year is 2024. Hit save. My dithering is coming from the ozone limiter. So I'm gonna do MP3. I'm gonna do a standard 16-bit wave and MP3 first, and then I'm gonna make a wave file, high resolution that would be 24-bit at 44.8. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a link in this video where you can hear the original mix and then you can hear the final master. And this is just an example for a record that I do. My normal processing at the end of the day, how we do here at Frequency Canvas. So you can see now that I have the software printing out a final mix. Welcome to the Canvas, man. Contact us at Frequency Canvas for award-winning mastering services. And yeah, man, welcome to the world of Kyren Monteiro as the master engineer, man. Much love to y'all.